So first of all, what made you decide to become a journalist?
It's my father. My father actually is a journalist with 60 years of experience. He had worked under different governments. So when I grew up watching him work with a lot of professionalism, and I really admire him. And when I graduated in 1979, I thought that that's the only thing that I want to do. I want to be a reporter like him. And I said, Dad, I want to be a reporter. And he said, that's not a women's job. And this is like a disease that you already, caught, and it's something that is incurable. You want to be a reporter and nothing but a reporter. So finally my father said, okay, you're ready. It took me 10 years, to really convince him that I'm capable and I can be out of trouble. But when I really joined the AP in 1989 and started covering the protests and the election, I realized my father's concern. Yes, it is a dangerous job. And we were always targeted, because at that time we were at least until to 1995, there were only 2 women journalists working for foreign news agencies. So when we cover the protests, they immediately notice me, because I'm the only women or female reporter. Sometimes it's embarrassing, because they would shout my name. That's we were in a small little lane, we were covering the protests. They would shout my name on the big loudspeaker, A Win, get out of the street, you cannot be here. I feel sometimes very embarrassed. Sometimes I feel most of the time I'm angry.
And when you were confronted by this danger, was there ever a time when you considered giving up journalism, when you considered doing something else?
That's the thing I keep asking. I have never ever thought of giving up, and I don't know what made me, decide not to leave, because I think that's my father's training also. My father, when he was arrested, he told me once that, when you are persecuted, you don't give in to these oppressor. If you give in, you lose. If you don't, they lose.
Your father was clearly a hugely important person for the country in terms of press freedom and journalism. What would you say were the most important things that he taught you about journalism or about life in general?
The most important thing that he had taught me is to be very objective, to put the emotions aside when you write a story. These, I think, are very important. And accuracy is more important than speed, because once you make a mistake and you have to do a correction, and that affects your credibility. So I see to it that during my 24 years of career, I see to it that I don't make corrections.